at that. Yes, I am saying a few words. I am saying quite a few words, both out loud and under my breath, all at the same time. Right, this Scottish side is much changed from the team that lost to the Irish last week. And I have a feeling that if we don't get this done, I got 1957-38 on my watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. We're going to do this. Well, I'd have thought, Chris, we got about 1 minute 30 on my watch left. And this Scottish side is much changed from the team that lost to the Irish last week. Only 6 of the Belfast starting lineup have been retained by manager Jock Stein. He recalls Hegarty, Miller and Munro in defence, with Jordan, a playing substitute in Belfast, also making this starting squad. Only 3 of the side, Gemmell, Dalglish and Jordan, play for English clubs. Paul Hegarty, the Dundee United centre-half, is one of 8 home-based Scots that manager Stein has turned to. Hegarty faced Wales on his debut last May when John Toshak hit a hat-trick at Cardiff, but he's not featured in Scotland's 6 games so far this season following injury in Norway last June. Hegarty now links up with Willie Miller, skipper of the Scottish champions Aberdeen, in the heart of the Scottish defence. It's the 8th of its kind that Jock Stein has now tried in 14 games. It's an area that clearly concerns the Scottish manager, and the brand new defensive formation pays due credit to this Welsh side. It's the 11 who finished the game at Wrexham on Saturday and finished off England as well. Luckless David Jones is out of action again, and the Cardiff City youngster, Keith Pontin, who subbed for Jones in the second half at Wrexham, now wins his 2nd cap, his first as a starter. Leighton James, of course, all the hopes of Wales pinned on him as the Irish referee gets us away. Blue jerseys, white shorts of Scotland attacking the goal to the right. The first free kick of the game. One of the younger, newer bloods. Nicholas for Wales bringing down a youngster, Peter Weir of Scotland. And Archie Gemmell takes up the running. Munro looking for the cross in. And little Brian Flynn trying to calm things down for Wales. Easy cut out for McLeish and quite easily robbed. Here's David Giles. Little turn inside. McLeish, who played in centre-half in Belfast, now dropping back into midfield as a destroyer. Mickey Thomas brought down from behind by Kenny Dalglish. Free kick to Wales. Referee Hugh Wilson from Belfast. Terry Yorath, Welsh skipper, man who commanded so much respect at Wrexham as anchorman in this Welsh side. To Walsh, the touch on, booted away by Miller. Pontin winning his first challenge against Jotham. Here's McLeish for Scotland. Danny McGrain, with a lapse of concentration. Jones. Walsh turns that in well. Miller, a touchback to give Ruff his first touch of the ball. And this is Weir. A lot expected of this youngster. Archie Gemmell to Munro. Noticeably, Munro is retaining his position with Leighton James against him. Jordan got that one. Joey Jones and Pontin and Yorath getting in each other's way. It's Mickey Thomas forward. Walsh shielding the ball well. And Archie Gemmell again feeding it out to Weir, the same sort of way as he used to do for Scotland and for Nottingham Forest when John Robertson was on that left wing. looks like Walsh, who's down injured for Wales. Doug Livermore, out to have a look at him immediately. Certain amount of pain showing in Walsh's face, and it seems to be the ankle, the right ankle, that is giving Doug Livermore, the Welsh trainer, great concern. This would be a tragic blow, of course, for Wales so early in the game. Walsh, the youngster who scored a fine goal against England. And the Palace youngster limps back into action. Meantime, free kick, far side of the field. Ian Munro knocking it long. Guy Davies under pressure from both Jordan and McLeish. Jones off to Yorath. Long ball across to Nicholas. Pontin. This was the sort of patient build-up that tended to infuriate England on Saturday. Jones knocks that long. Giles. Mickey Thomas. Price. And now Jones again. Danny McGrain scurrying, didn't need to, can take the throw in. Well, they're expecting McGrain to go marking Leighton James, but he's not doing that at the moment. Touch forward to McLeish. And Strachan. And an offside flag up. The referee is playing on. And Archie Gemmill hits that one through for Jordan. Guy Davies quickly out with the ball with Gemmill again. He looks right side. There's nothing doing for him there. Goes for Jordan. On for Weir. Too long. Too hard. Didn't really give the St Mirren winger much chance with that. Flynn now. Like a foul, and it's given. Willie Miller, first capped 5 years ago, and has picked up about 2 or 3 since then. Chance for him to make a regular position. Archie Gemmill with that free kick. Pontin, the header out. McLeish. Jones in trouble, robbed by Strachan. Now it's McLeish. McGrain. Jordan going for this one. Has a look around to see what Dalglish is, but by the time he's done that, he gives the ball away for a goal kick. It's a partnership of Jordan and Dalglish again on trial here at Hampden Park. It's Yorath. Nicholas. Yorath gets it back. Welshmen trying to lose their markers, and Giles has done just that. Jones. In for Yorath. It's Nicholas. Everybody wanting this ball. James now going at Munro. Munro not committing himself. Good tackle, he won it well. And Miller helps Munro. Miller not too decided what to do. It's a poor ball out, easily won. Walsh turned his back on that. In fact, he'd have been onside because Miller was very deep. McGrain turns this on to Gordon Strachan, another of the Scottish champions, outstanding players. Archie Gemmill. Getting it in the back then from Price. Kick quickly taken, now it's Joe Jordan. Strachan wants to get to the line. Good chip across. And look for McLeish. And hit Pontin. I think Guy Davies would have got the shot anyway, but Alex McLeish gave it some hammer. Flynn, Yorath, Nicholas working that triangle on the right side of the park. Yorath now picks up a good ball off to Nicholas. Into Walsh. Support coming from behind from Thomas. Doesn't need it at the moment. Giles. Walsh going across far post. In fact, would have done better if he'd gone a little further. He was around about the penalty spot. David Giles, a man that they liken so much to Kevin Keegan. Not perhaps in world class of the great England player, but looks a lot like him. Jordan flicking that into where he hoped Dalglish was. But Nicholas and Yorath working together. Flynn now. Sucking Scotland forward. Oh, and that's a bit short. Very nearly gave Kenny Dalglish a half chance. Jones now for Wales. This is Leighton James trying his luck on this side of the park. Hegarty knocks that forward, and Jordan is there again. Easily robbed by Jones. Joey Jones. Hegarty's punched header. Going no place, though. Yorath. We're seemingly coming into the middle of the park, which is giving Nicholas a bit of room over that side. This is Price. Nicholas. They've sucked 3 Scotsmen over there. They'll promptly give it to Guy Davis. Switch now to the side. Jones. Ponton will let that roll. Guy Davis. A Welsh bard as well as a Welsh professional footballer. Walsh heading the wrong way. Flynn. Touch for Yorath. Price. Ponting. Ponting hitting that one long, aiming for Walsh. Hegarty was up with him. The ball will drop for Giles. Ball out. James limping on that left leg, looking as though Willie Miller caught him slightly. Ian Munro with the throw-in. Dalglish helps it on. We're challenging. We're then for Gemmell. Now Munro. Good close skills. That was obstruction by David Giles. Free kick to Scotland. Indirect free kick. Rolls off to Giles. Munro offering himself down the left side. On to Weir. Weir against Nicholas. Getting to the line, looking for the cross in. Price a boot away. Weir for Dalglish. Ball out off McLeish. Alex McLeish. Big, tall youngster. Basically a centre-half. Again, an Aberdonian from the Aberdeen team in any case. Used to join them from Glasgow United. It's James helping it on. McGrain, pressure coming from Walsh. He's a wee bit casual. Jordan challenging and getting it in the air. Jordan. Terry Yorath. Scotland basically still only playing with 2 up. Dalglish and Jordan. We're coming in from deep on the left side. They're schooling him to play the same sort of game on that side of the pitch as Robertson. John Robertson. And Ian Walsh coming across the field, coming off in fact. Welsh doctor Graham Jones down there as well with Doug Livermore to see if he needs treatment. Yes, it's going to be a substitution. Meanwhile, Terry Yorath has the ball for Wales. Stab off to Thomas, to Mickey Jones. Jones again. Thomas. James. Touch off to Yorath. Wales still playing with 10 men, because they're waiting to bring on Ian Rush. Meanwhile, the ball won back for Scotland by Strachan. And Weir takes it on for Scotland. Hesitates, looks over to his left side. Should have gone on with it himself. That didn't give Munro much chance. A little indecision then by the Scottish winger. Meanwhile, they can't catch this referee's attention to get the substitute on for Wales. Terry Yorath pulls the ball down deliberately. The Belfast referee has still not seen the signs, but a substitution is required by Wales. Terry Yorath, the Welsh skipper, has drawn his attention to it. And still the... at last. Hugh Wilson of Belfast picks up the signal. Well, here was a young man that we're going to hear a lot of. Ian Rush. Boy from Flint. Scored 18 goals in his first season for Chester last season. Has just been signed by Liverpool for £300,000. So 2 Liverpool strikers out on the park. Kenny Dalglish one side, now Ian Rush the other, though Rush has still to play for the side. Jordan coming in on that ball. Looked as though he was impeded. Nothing given. Jordan furious. Davis has got the ball, knocks it off to Thomas, and Wales move forward again. Yorath. Nicholas making a run on the right side. That's a delicately floated pass from Yorath. Picks him up. Giles to use it back to Nicholas. The big high one, too long. Easy ball for Ruff. Jordan, a delicate little header through. Jones has got the scurry. Here's Jordan again. Turns against Jones, cover behind from Pontin. It's the safe and sensible thing. Danny McGrain. A poor interference from Pontin. That, I think, the first corner of the game. Goes to Scotland. And the boy coming over to take it is Peter Weir. And Scotland have got McLeish on the goal line. Kenny Dalglish, far post. Joe Jordan waiting to come in from far post. Hegarty and Jordan for the same ball. Dalglish couldn't turn fast enough, and James breaks out. And the cover job done neatly enough by Munro. James for Yorath. Now Jones. This is Pontin. Taking his time. Joe Jordan holding his face. I think he got hurt by the challenge that Paul Begarty made with him. That's Joey Jones. Rush still to make his first touch. Jones. Thomas stopped by McGrain. Ooh, Danny McGrain. This is Alex McLeish down injured. Inside the right knee seems to be the problem there. Here's the incident there, and it looked as though he twisted it, or it might have got a knock. It's difficult from the angle. Was there contact, or was he stretching? So Jones with the throw in. Giles. Ball punched back as far as Price. The ball trying to be a little too clever that time, Paul Price. And from St Albans. Is Hegarty. Took his eye off the ball. Leighton James picks it up for Wales. The knock ball forward. Cut out by Miller. McLeish. Now McGrain. Miller. High hanging ball. Aimed for Jordan. It should be Pontins. He got there. Unfairly. Free kick. McLeish placing the ball. Archie Gemmill and Gordon Strachan discussing the situation. Archie Gemmill number 10. Strachan 18. Di Davies wants 3 in the wall. He's got them. Strachan drives it low, wide. Gordon Strachan, Scotland's Player of the Year. First cap in Belfast last Friday. That was a push by Miller. Nothing given. And McGrain knocks that across to Munro. Checks against Rush. Rush, who's been on 3 or 4 minutes now and hasn't made a touch in what will be his first cap. Price wasn't first. And here's Mickey Thomas. A touch from James off to Giles. Strachan coming in at him, away from him. Giles still continuing on his own, getting to the line. And totally foozled his cross ball. But he was showing pace, prepared to go. Got the cross wrong at the end. Jordan. Almost a clearance, but Strachan knocks it forward and Gemmill gets a good touch. Joey Jones. Giles, a touch off to Thomas. Looks for James. That's Rush. McGrain gets it in. McLeish turns it back. Rush charges it down. Munro off to Weir. Gemmill tries to feed it back. The tidy up by Nicholas, but the referee saw a foul and the free kicks to Scotland. Scotland with 6 games played this season. Only 1 win, that convincing win against Portugal, 4-1 here in Hampden. Needing to find new pride and faith in their game. Yorath knocks that down for Giles. The touch on for James. Against McGrain. Danny McGrain played his first game for Scotland against Wales, and it was against Leighton James. They've met many times since. Danny McGrain has usually been the winner in their personal battles. Giles, James, Yorath. Flynn, the cutout by Gemmill, timed that well. Now McLeish feeds it to Weir. Looks for Munro. Actually, Gemmill's down that side to help him. Weir's in the clear. And the ball didn't reach him. Nicholas feeds Thomas. And he's got a bit of space this side of the park. With James on the left side, the ball won't reach him. Hegarty is there. Now McGrain. Gemmill. Feeding Weir. Flynn, little Flynn is there first. Now Thomas. Yorath. Nicholas. Rush getting his first real touch. Flynn. Into Yorath. Switching it now to this side of the park. Mickey Thomas. Price. Rush knocks that down to James. Big long one, which Giles chases, and he's got Flynn in support as well. Here's Flynn. Rush calling for it. It's too long for him. Just about halfway through this first half. Scotland go on the attack again. No goals. Very few chances of shots on target. Neither goalkeepers being disturbed. There's Gemmell or McLeish. Now Dalglish. McGrain. Dalglish getting forward into the box with Weir and Jordan. Strachan did well. Here comes Price. McGrain then for Strachan, and McGrain curving centre, and Yorath the header away. Jones again, and he's as far as McLeish. Won by Rush, lost, knocked out by Price. Hurry-scurry stuff, but nobody's putting their foot on the ball and commanding the game at the moment. Jock Stein got warned for doing too much encouragement in Belfast as Miller cuts through. A good turn back for Miller. 1-0 Scotland. Absolutely no doubt about that. Willie Miller, in his 4th international match, scores his first goal for Scotland, and he thanks the man who made it, Kenny Dalglish. That was a bit special. That ball from Gemmell first. There's Miller. Now look for this beautifully timed 1-2 for Dalglish. He was on his way, and that was a goal from the moment he took the return pass. Beautiful little goal for Scotland. 1-0. So, just short of 25 minutes gone. There's the goal scorer, Willie Miller. 1-0 Scotland. Now, Strachan for Dalglish. That will give Scotland a lot of heart. As Dalglish comes, and Weir was breaking, cut out by Flynn. Now Nicholas. James turning that off to Nicholas. Now Yorath. He delayed that a bit, allowed McLeish to put pressure on him. Now Jordan putting pressure on Jones. Foul given, the challenge on Ian Rush. Free kick to Wales. Yorath will want to take it. Terry Yorath. And a long delay allows Scotland to get plenty of people back. As Jones now cuts it down the line for Flynn. Cleach across to shadow Flynn. The ball into Yorath. Away from Archie Gemmell, but ball breaks for Giles. Now Nicholas. Jones. Wales still trying to play this containing possession game. Rush turning the ball back to where Thomas was, but in fact Danny Graham cuts forward for Scotland. Robbed by Giles. Thomas now looking across for Giles, rather. Now it's Yorath picking up Giles. Giles and the 1-2 ball with James. That's Giles and Gemmell squaring up to each other. The referee had already given the foul against Archie Gemmell. Scotland's captain, back in the first division, of course, with Birmingham City now. And still having a fair old go at little David Giles. Free kick taken. Now it's Leighton James. Touch in, and that was a good ball out by Miller. Important one. Dalglish breaking for Scotland. On his own, though. Has to hold things up and wait for the support to come. It comes from Jordan. McLeish making a run outside him. Oh, that was a terrible ball. Oh, McLeish got a corner out of it. More than he could have hoped for. He's taken it quickly, and it's McGrain. McGrain against Price. Ball into Dalglish. Good snapshot on the turn. Falling backwards very slightly, Kenny Dalglish, as he hit that ball. That's why I went over the top left-hand corner. Good ball in from Dalglish. Kenny Dalglish turns, scoops it rather with the left peg. James. Yorath now. Giles getting a very firm thump then from Willie Miller. Giles, who took a bit of stick from Larry Lloyd at Wrexham on Saturday. Now it's Yorath. And Yorath again. Giles unmarked on the right side. Taking on Gemmell. Didn't really put too much pressure on Archie Gemmell. Strachan and Gemmell playing together. And Rough wanting to get the ball away right side for McGrain. Strachan. McLeish. Miller. Dalglish turning that off to Weir. Weir attacking Nicholas, and Ponting's back to cover. Doesn't need to. Giles back to Flynn. That's Miller's ball. Flynn, touch off to Giles. Slips away from Monroe. The ball into Rush. It's not a bad ball. McGrain gets it clear. Bad clearance, though. The ball struck by Flynn, hit Miller. Pace taken off it. Rough in no difficulty. And McGrain. Inviting Jordan to go. Gets away from Jones. That's a good ball for Weir. Maybe just a fraction too long for him. Now he attacks Nicholas. Long gangling legs. The ball for Archie Gemmell and Joe Jordan. Very nearly an own goal. In fact, the ball coming off Price. But for a moment that Joe Jordan had the time to turn and hit that one. Perhaps it came at him a bit quickly. It's Archie Gemmell feeding it in. Jordan then looks for Dalglish, tries to feed it back, hits Price and the ball over the bar. Now 15 minutes to go to half-time. This is the second corner for the Scots. Weir will take it as he did the first one. Looking for Jordan far post. That was an important punch from Davis. Gemmell's there. Oof. That was Price getting one in the face from Dalglish. Cutting in is Weir. And he's missed an open goal. Well, that was the worry of only a second international cap, and there suddenly you're presented with an open goal. It looks so big, it looks like the side of an aircraft hangar until you go down there and try it yourself. And then that's what happens. Another foot to the left, he'd have scored. So, Peter Weir in his second international, chance of his first goal. And Scotland are still winning just 1-0. Meantime, Price is getting back to his feet. I would have thought that there was justification for the referee to have given a free kick for dangerous play by Kenny Dalglish. It was altogether intentional, but certainly the boot was tremendously high to hit Price in the face. And in fact, a goal could have resulted from it. And we could see perhaps what happens here. There's the moment. You see that boot was high, the face was down as well. And sad sign there. That's Paul Price being led off, and you can see the blood all over the place. I've used one substitute well, so the Welsh doctor, Graham Jones, now running around the track to see indeed what can be done for Paul Price. That is a mess. Probably a broken nose. Nicholas has moved into the centre of the defence now. He knocks that one out for Flynn. Wales playing with 10 men. Rush. Off to Flynn. Nicky Thomas. Corner for Wales. Hegarty missing out on that. First corner of the game for Wales. And Thomas curls that one, far post, Rush trying to get there, the ball out, goal kick. Mickey Thomas got a bad kick at Wrexham, but cleared up in time to play for this game. Here's McGrain. Free kick given against Pontin. Keith Pontin did well against Mariner at Wrexham, but Joe Jordan may be giving him a few problems here. There's Gemmell. Miller. Off to Munro. This is Jordan. Pontin on his back. That was unlucky for Weir. He judged the run well. Now here's Flynn. Ball to James. Giles skating away from Hegarty. Needs somebody wide on this left side. Nobody there at the moment, so Nicholas feeds it to Jones. Now Thomas comes away from McGrain. Turns him. Checks for Jones. For Nicholas. A foul by Miller. Miller, the one-goal hero of the Scottish side at the moment. Thomas, number 11, Flynn 7. Pontin starting to come in from the far post, looking in fact for Yorath, who got there, and Munro recovered. Weir off to Gemmell. Dalglish steaming down the centre of the park. Gemmell off to McLeish, and Dalglish for Strachan. Danny McGrain offering him an overlap run on the right. Strachan disregards it. Gemmell and Strachan going together, the left foot shot. That's just wide. In fact, there was an offside flag up, so it wouldn't have counted anyway. But that was a very neat little bit of business again. The 1-2 work with Strachan. An offside would have knocked off a goal here, but that was a lovely little bit of football. Strachan now hits the left foot, and Dalglish is well offside, as you can see, as the ball goes past the post. And in the meantime, we've got Price back on the park. Paul Price back on the park. His nose strapped up. Probably have more treatment at half-time, which isn't too far away now. Willie Miller for Scotland. Jordan, good touch for Weir. Stopped by Nicholas. Munro fouled. And Brian Flynn. And Gemmell. Good jump by Nicholas. That was a foul by Hegarty. In fact, seen the other way by the referee. He was looking at it from the front, and we were looking at it from the back. Munro then with this free kick. Oof. That'll drop for Davis, all right. Now Thomas for Wales. James, we've seen nothing of him going down the wings at all, and here he is coming deep. Always a bad sign, so far as Wales are concerned. That's Kenny Dalglish. I thought that was a fairly hefty tackle. The referee considered it was worth only a throw into Wales. Pontin for Yorath. There's Rush. Nicholas picks up Flynn, the touch off for Yorath. He's stopped by Strachan. And Flynn got a touch, but it rolls for Jordan. Strachan goes on down the right side. Pontin comes to him. Turns away from Jones. A lot of nice, delicate skills on the ball, this Gordon Strachan. That ball on from McGrain, Dalglish. ball out. Well, he certainly nutmegged Paul Price. But couldn't retain the ball. Jones now for Wales. Rush. Hustled by Hegarty. Ball out. Throw in. McGrain for Dalglish. McGrain again. Jordan, and he's okay. And Weir is coming in unmarked far post. And so is Gemmell with the drive. Archie Gemmell. 8 goals for Scotland in his career, and that should perhaps have been number 9. Maybe the angle wasn't all that good for him. Jordan coming down, and in fact looking for Weir with the cross in. He missed him out, and Archie Gemmell has another expected chance. The left foot was strong, the shot was wide. McLeish knocks that back for Munro. Now Gemmell hustled by Giles. Turn hustled by Munro. Rush the turn in for James, who was easily robbed. Here's Miller. McGrain. Alan Rough. Record caps as a goalkeeper for Scotland. Alan Rough. This is 32nd game today. Danny McGrain. Jordan, good touch. Cleach. Cleach doing more and more attacking now, releasing himself in defensive midfield role. Here's McGrain. Touch off for Jordan. Price bravely heading that, though it must be hurting pretty badly. Oh, was a wee bit late by Munro on Flynn. Ian Munro. Travel player, St Mirren, Hibs, Rangers, and then back to St Mirren. Nicholas for Ponting. Thomas coming away from Strachan. Still getting a lot of pressure. Price, Nicholas. Touch across to Jones. Ponting. Nicholas. It's a bit short for Jones. Containment game is all right as long as you make positive passes. Anything short, and you're in trouble. Rush getting a touch off to James. The touch back to Rush. First time shot. Well, it was wild, but there was the eagerness of an 18-year-old on his debut. It was a fractional chance, so he decided to give it some hammer. Weir then. Looks in for Strachan. Strachan did well against 2 strong challenges. And a third, that one from Rush. Strachan looks across for McGrain. Strachan going for a return pass, but Dalglish is there. Dalglish on his own. Finally robbed by Price. It's Hegarty. Grain to Miller. Difficult to assess the partnership of Miller and Hegarty. Rush now, cutting away from Munro. The ball into Flynn. Touch, aimed for Giles, didn't pick him up. Here's Munro. Now Weir. Gemmell, a touch off to Weir. And this long-legged boy moving now, well stopped by Price. Archie Gemmell in for Dalglish. Looking to pick up somebody with a pass, tries a shot. Speculative effort. All he could do, there was nobody he could pass the ball to in a free position. couple of minutes to go to half-time. And Scotland with this very precious 1-0 lead. Yorath for Wales. James. Giles. Jones going past him. James playing in a halfway position. Misdirected pass didn't increase any pressure at all. Archie Gemmill. Challenge coming from Thomas. He's away from that. Now Terry Yorath takes it up. That was handball by Jones. The referee didn't see anything. Oh, yes, he did. He did give the free kick. Gemmill then. Off to McGrain. Dalglish got the last touch. To McGrain. Just saved it from going out. And Strachan! And Strachan again! No! Well, how on earth did he miss his second chance? The first one was a tremendous effort. McGrain. There's the first chance. There's the second. He missed his kick altogether. That's McLeish across the goals. Jordan and Dalglish. And Wales in a lot of trouble at this moment, one way and another. They'll be glad to hear that half-time whistle blow, which can't be much more than a minute away. But no doubt about it, Scotland, if they go in with a 1-0 lead, feel it should have been 2. There's Yorath. Off to Nicholas. Rush. Robbed by Munro. Now it's Miller. Into McLeish. And he finds Hegarty free, who will push it on to McGrain. Foul. Against Joey Jones in a situation where perhaps advantage might have been welcomed by Scotland. Anyway, Gemmill puts it off to McGrain. This looks dangerous. The ball knocked out by Jones. It's a corner. I suspect we're probably in the stoppage time added on to the referee, particularly for that nose injury that you can see a glimpse of then. Paul Price. There's a mess of a face and a nose that he's got there. Meantime, Weir is out on the corner flag, waiting to take the corner. Takes it short for McGrain. Again for Weir. The touch on, and that was... well, it was Hegarty suddenly arrived in there. Unexpected. That really was quite remarkable. There's the knock-in from Weir, the touch on. And Hegarty miskicked. In fact, it came off the Welsh player. Davis had to turn it over the bar. So another corner. Hegarty waits to see if he's going to get another chance. And we have the half-time whistle. And Willie Miller, probably the most satisfied Scot in their side at the moment. This his 4th match. It's taken him a long time to accumulate those 4 matches. He played his first one 5 years ago against Romania. This is only his 4th, but he's scored. He sent Scotland in, happy and delighted, with a 1-0 scoreline here at Hampden Park. We'll take a short break. We'll be back with the second half in just a few moments. Okay. And Chris, we got a substitute on for Wales. Yeah, we have Leighton Phillips, number 6, and he'll be on for the boy Price, who clearly has a badly bashed nose. So he's behind the band. If you got him, okay. So I'll go fractionally early before the kickoff on this. Yeah. Yep. Right. Okay. We gonna be on this shot, Chris? Oh no, I just asked. That's all. Okay. Right. Welcome back then, as we prepare to kick off the second half. And Wales have made a substitution. They've got Leighton Phillips on in the place of Paul Price, whose nose obviously prevents him coming back into the second half. Bad bang he got in the first half. Wales then, red shorts. Red shirts, rather. And there's white sleeves attacking the goal to our right. The goal in which Willie Miller planted the ball in the first half. Archie Gemmill up. Willie Miller. Club captain of Aberdeen, the champions of Scotland this season. There he is, most delighted man on the park. Aberdeen well represented here, with Gordon Strachan, who's doing well, Alex McLeish, who's well in the picture all the time, the tall red-headed boy, and Hampden singing. Joe Jordan on a break. Dalglish freeing himself over the right side. There he is. Beautiful ball from Joe Jordan. And Kenny Dalglish applauds it and curses himself at the same time. That really was a glorious ball from Joe Jordan. On a plate. And Kenny Dalglish, his header over the bar, didn't bother Dai Davies. Losing, and now it's Munro for Scotland. Weir nutmegs Nicholas. James helping out. Munro then for Weir again. Being held back by Nicholas that time. So a free kick to Scotland. Scottish fans certainly getting behind their side now. Looks useful for Jordan. Down. Comes to Gemmill. The red shirts, Joey Jones and Archie Gemmill squaring up to each other after the ball had gone. And McGrain sends it forward again. Here's Jordan. And a lot of unselfish running tonight as Joe Jordan. This little man, Gordon Strachan, is playing the game of his life. Here's Gemmill, taken out by Leighton Phillips. Phillips looking for the long through ball. This is Giles. Flynn is free this side, but the ball is with Muff. Good breakout by Wales. The final ball, not a good one. Phillips losing. Jordan a touch on. Gemmill. And it's Dalglish. Oh, and Nicholas sends that back to Davies. And looking around, we find that it wasn't Price who came off, it was Pontin who didn't come out for the second half for Wales. Price is playing on with that badly damaged nose, but Keith Pontin, who played half a game at Wrexham, has only played half a game here. There's Price, he's still out there. So the experience of Leighton Phillips, this is 48th cap tonight, the Swansea player, out there for perhaps the inexperience of the young Cardiff centre-half, Keith Pontin. It's Phillips off to Yorath. Now Flynn. brought down by Gemmell. Free kick to Wales. Quickly taken. Giles. Looking for support. He's got 3 Scotsmen around him. Back to Flynn. Not a good ball. Into nowhere. Miller there to Strachan. Scotland slowing it down, waiting for them to come away from their markers. Picks up Jordan. Touch off for Gemmell. Pushed on again to Munro. Weir starting his run down the left side. Checks. And here's Weir now. Ball into McLeish. Back to Gemmell. Doing well. Tried to pick up Dalglish and it didn't work. Mickey Thomas comes out for Wales. That put Yorath in some difficulty with Drain. Here's Strachan. Could go on his own here. That's a great try. Hit the post. Beautiful try by Gordon Strachan. The pressure's still on. Jordan. Di Davis not too sure what's going on around him at that moment. That was a thunderous shot from Gordon Strachan. Crowd still rising to it. Here's Weir now. Back to Munro. Time to cross it. Far post. Looking for Jordan. Ball only goes as far as Strachan. Can he get it back in again? Checks. That's useful. Here's Jordan. And the clearance. I was going to say the clearance from Flynn, but the pressure coming on him from Archie Gemmell. Well, this is a fighting start to the second half by Scotland. And those fans, those Hampden fans, are really putting it in for their side. If we can go back and look at this, that was a dramatic drive by Strachan. Deserved a goal. Square post, the ball comes back out. If they'd been curved, it might have gone in. Flynn there with this throw-in. Phillips. Joey Jones helping that on to Mickey Thomas. Joey Jones getting a lot of pressure on. That's Miller's header. Price did well, but the ball drops for Gemmell. Good covering back by Price and very nearly played on to Dalglish. Nicholas then for Flynn. Rush getting one from behind, stabs it through. But Wales unable to curtail the Scots at the moment. The Scottish fans who were critical of Scotland in no mean fashion after the disaster in Belfast. The Scottish fans really making themselves heard. Oh, it's Miller bringing down Brian Flynn. Miller, who's been watched a lot by Manchester City. Here's Yorath. Stretched wide for Jones. Rush needs help. Jones. Thomas. Drain timing that challenge incredibly well. Danny Drain, whose career seemed to be over a couple of years ago. Now at 30, back playing as well as ever. Maybe just a yard slower, but tremendous experience with the man. Archie Gemmell's header out. Yorath. Jones. Thomas. Touch in for Giles. Touch for Thomas. Ball still in play, curves way across the park. In fact, it was an intended shot. It was deflected. No, it wasn't. James thought it was. Gemmell. Archie Gemmell, captain of Scotland, inspiring his side. Here's James. Turn away from Munro, the ball into Flynn. Getting to the line, the cross, the ball out off Hegarty, corner. So Hegarty goes away to take up a defensive position. Wales bring up Joey Jones on the near post. Jones. There's the corner. Rush couldn't get there. McLeish did. Flynn. Brian Flynn, who missed a penalty here the last time Wales played Scotland on this park. That was a 1-1 draw, if you remember. An own goal by Donachie levelled it up. Flynn missed a penalty. Good jump by Phillips. Giles brought down by McLeish. Here's the free kick is given. McLeish, one of 3 Aberdeen players in this side, who are really putting themselves about to good effect. Strachan and Miller, the other 2. And clearance, and goes as far as Yorath. Phillips. In for Flynn. Phillips again. Touch to Yorath. Jones. Scotland dragging a lot of bodies back now. Everybody back inside their own half. Miller called for that ball and he got it. And he's on his way. Dalglish away from Yorath, going on his own. And the ball strikes Price, goes for the corner. Dalglish. He hasn't had all that much success in his internationals recently. He only scored twice in his last 12 appearances for Scotland, though his total goals 23. Still some way to go to catch up with Dennis Law's 30. There's Davis on his line, waiting for this ball from Weir. Dalglish gives it back to Weir. Jordan about to challenge. Price got up well, hurt his nose again. The shot from Miller. Willie Miller suddenly appearing in the box again. He's got the scoring urge tonight. And Miller goes back to his defensive slot. It's a good jump by Hegarty. Challenge by Strachan wasn't the cause of this free kick. It was handball by Thomas. Strachan takes it, strikes a good ball for Weir. Oh, and he did well even on the ground. Flynn coming out. Nicholas gives it to James. To Yorath. Touch to Flynn. James. Scotland lining up to take him on that outside. Curving it just away to Yorath. That was a good challenge by McGrain. Ball into James. Gave it away to McLeish. Struck for Gemmell. Jordan offering himself. That was cut out by Price. Now Flynn. Phillips. Giles did that too hurriedly. Lucky to get a second chance. Made good use of it, though, to Thomas. And Danny McGrain there just ahead of Rush. Sprightly as the day he first started, Danny McGrain. Weir. Monroe, that's a bit short for Weir. Flynn. Giles leaving it to James. James taking his time. Stopped easily by Monroe. Plays the ball off. Giles gets the throw. Miller knocking that ball down to Monroe. Scooped it rather badly. Nicholas. Flynn. Touch for Giles. Not a bad ball. Miller and James in a tangle. Free kick given to Scotland. Cross, never around to bite his tongue or prepared to say something. Jordan across. Dalglish got a good touch. Strachan, as Danny McGrain offers a pass down the right side. Strachan looking across to the left, in fact, to pick up Weir. Weir, the touch for McLeish. Munro started to run, checks. Jordan impeded by Paul Price. Jordan, another man who hasn't set Scotland afire with his goals in recent times. In fact, he's only scored once in 10 games since he scored in Peru in the '78 World Cup. Archie Gemmill then with this free kick. McLeish trying to get there, couldn't. And Yorath clears left side. It'll come back from McGrain. Strachan stretched wide to the right. And Scotland have got plenty of people forward. Jordan, his marker Price, goes with him again. Paul Price, not Welsh born, but playing with a lot of fire of his father from the Merthyr areas of Wales. McLeish in basically as a ball winner in midfield, but continually showing in the attacking zones now. Here's Strachan, who has attacked constantly all evening. Unlucky. David Giles, stopped by McGrain. Now it's Price. Giles, Price. Touch for Rush. Easily robbed by Munro. And Wales come again through Rush. The touch on from James back to Rush, and he looks in for Flynn, cut out by Munro. Now it's Gemmill. Gemmill searching, gorgeous pass for Jordan. Looking for Weir. Weir trying to get to the line. Nicholas stopped it. Got support from Munro if he needs it.
Get out.
Here's Munro. He's a wee bit ambitious there against Flynn. Chance for Wales to break. Thomas. Munro coming back at Thomas. I would have thought that's worth a yellow card. Referee Hugh Wilson thinks so as well. So Munro goes in the book. Free kick taken. And Mickey Thomas is there. Now it's Phillips. Nicholas. Nicholas on for Rush. He's a wee bit too clever by half. Now it's Flynn. Phillips. This is Weir. Gemmill. Off for McGrain. Gemmill, good touch. Jordan. Oh, that was a simple pass to Weir. He's on his way here. Oh. Well, the anger and frustration quite clear there in the face of young Peter Weir. Now Jones again. Strachan and Mickey Thomas tangling far side. James. Now for Jones, Joey Jones. Rush won't get that. Danny McGrain. And Jones. Nice touch for Dalglish. That's a foul by Giles. Quite deliberately held his man back. No way he would complain about that. Gemmill obstructed by Flynn. That's another free kick. Strachan takes it. And Weir prepared to go against Wales again. Strachan. Mickey Thomas. Phillips. clubmate, of course, Swansea clubmate, Phillips and Giles. The next three of them out there tonight with Leighton James. Mickey Thomas. Leighton James getting a little bit of bird from the Hampden fans. Joe Jordan constantly finding a little bit of space for himself out on the flanks of the Scottish attack. McLeish working with him. It's not a bad ball if Jordan can get there. Joey Jones got there first. Expression tells it all. Yorath now. Thomas as James starts to make his move down the left side. Taking on Hegarty. Got pace. There's the cross. It's a good one. And Giles is still there. It was the boot of Munro got it clear. It was a push in the back then by Strachan on Yorath. That's a free kick to Wales. The first time that we've seen Leighton James get in behind Scotland. And we're something like 20 minutes into the second half of the game. Alan Rough has wanted 2, 4, 5 at least in the wall. Indirect free kick. And the shot coming from Price. Almost knocked down Igric McGrain out, I think. He shakes his head and goes away. McLeish back for Scotland. And a touch to Rough. Phillips heading in the direction of Flynn. Gemmell. Oh, well played, Gemmell. He's away then from Nicholas. Tried to pick up Jordan. Jones gets the clearance in. It's still there for Scotland. But McGrain, as Jordan goes out to wide to the right side again. Phillips. And Nicholas. Here's Flynn. And James dogged by Hegarty. Touch in, and Rough only just got there. A little hesitation between Miller, McGrain and Rough, but they sorted it out at the vital moment. And Scotland come back through Strachan to his teammate McLeish, and to Jordan. McLeish, Hegarty. Tony McGrain not telling his tie-ups then. I think he might have got his shin guard twisted around the back of his leg or something. Phillips, good head. Only as far as Gemmell for Weir. Monroe, Fish did well. Might as well have a bang. That's good to see. Looks like Alex McLeish, this only his third international, showing the honesty of purpose to go and have a bang at goal. It's a foul by Munro on James. James has had few chances to shine against Ian Munro. Frustration showing in his face. Nicholas. Ball in. Willie Miller apparently did not foul Ian Rush. Well, 13 on Willie Miller's back. I think a lucky number in that respect. Good jump by Jordan. Wales have forsaken entirely that containing game that they used to such good purpose against England, and were pursuing here at Hampden in the early stages of the game. It's an attempt now to get the ball and men forward as quickly as possible. That's Rush. Didn't find Giles. Scotland have found Gemmell, and he's found Dalglish, and Dalglish has a look to the linesman, and he's pinned offside. Still, Scotland, with some 24-25 minutes of this half gone, still only 1-0 in the lead. It's a foul by Miller. And they held a 1-0 lead last time Wales played here. A goal from Derek Johnston. And still wound up with the draw, 1-1. Wales will take comfort from the memory of that, hope that they can get an equaliser. It may worry Scotland a bit. That's Yorath in. Giles, the touch for Thomas, who missed his kick entirely. Oh, that was a half chance. Thomas, who scored against England, had a chance to get one there. That's the ball in. Giles lets it go on, and Thomas lost his legs entirely. It's such an inopportune moment for Wales. In the meantime, Scotland carry it on. Ball for Weir. This is a bit... no way that he could get down the line then. Good jump then by Hegarty. The ball for Rush, though. Touch on for David Giles, and Wales have got 3 men forward. Scotland have got Munro there. And that's a corner kick. Giles then with the corner. Rush number 15. Wondering if he's going to get a chance here. No, that's a goalkeeper's ball all the way. No problems at all. And that was steps. That was steps by Alan Rough. And here's drama. Well, I must admit I haven't seen referee Hugh Wilson warn Alan Rough at any time in this game. 4 steps, you can see the fingers. More than 4 steps, he says. So, indirect free kick inside the box. Obviously, they're not 10 yards from the ball. You figure that the penalty spot is 12 yards from the goal line. You get a fair idea of what 10 yards is from where that ball is. Referee Wilson, if he's going to be as dramatic as to give the free kick, has got to follow it through. There's no way. And he could go right down the wall and book the whole lot of them. He's certainly going to book somebody. Yeah, it's Hegarty. Hegarty who goes in the book. And if Archie Gemmell talks, he might go in the book as well. In all fairness, the referee, who is strict enough to enforce the 4 steps rule inside the box, has then got to go the whole way and make the 10 yards back from the kick and enforce it. There's the kick. And Scotland get it away. And Archie Gemmell breaks out, leading a Scottish fight back. Dalglish absolutely steaming through the middle. Wales herring to get back to him, and Archie Gemmell didn't get the pass right. And Hampden still buzzing with the excitement of that indirect free kick situation. Here's Flynn now for Wales. Rush giving it a try, but Miller will be there way ahead of him. McGrain then to stop. Bad kick out. Mickey Thomas for Wales. Graham stopped it. I'm not too sure he knew he had, but win some, lose some. Yeah, the Graham's winning a lot tonight. Yorath then, the Welsh skipper for Jones. Joey Jones picks up Rush. Yorath there again. Strachan takes it away. And Strachan's on his way. Jordan with Gemmell there as well, but Jordan's on his own. Oh, that was a wee bit ambitious, expecting Gordon Strachan to go near post. Well, 15 minutes for Wales to pull themselves up from a 1-0 defeat here. And still Scotland unable to increase that lead, the lead given them by Willie Miller in the first half. Rush for Wales. Giles, little chip for Ruff. Oh, didn't know too much about that, did Alan Ruff. In fact, I think the ball did clip the post, but Alan Ruff had got his geography all wrong there. This was cool, skilled thinking by Giles, and Ruff, he didn't know where it was, and it hit his posts and goes for McGrain for the corner. Here's the corner. James high in. Rush tries it against Ruff. And he's got to watch his steps now. David Giles already nearly put Wales back in the game. Phillips and Nicholas checks. Leighton Phillips on for Keith Ponting in this second half. Ball for Giles. Phillips again. Wales committing people forward. Rush. It's Flynn. Ball played to him rather badly by Rush. Didn't give the little Leeds player too much chance. Gemmell there. Munro. It's a good jump by Nicholas. Yorath. Leighton James trying to stop the ball, size the situation up. Coming in against Strachan. Chip forward. Rush turns it on for Flynn. And that was Archie Gemmell to the rescue. Archie Gemmell and Willie Miller together. And here's Gemmell again. Playing a real captain's game is the little Birmingham City player. This is Munro. Weir. Touch of Munro, and offside was Jordan, not Weir. Jordan was coming back from an offside position. Leighton Phillips. Free kick now taken, officially. Wales have only won 5 times in Scotland over the history of this competition, only twice at Hampden Park. Last time in November '51 when the great master Ivor Allchurch scored a 1-0 goal here. Go back to the days of Trevor Ford and George Lowry in November '47 to find the previous win for Wales at Hampden Park. The most I think Wales can really hope for now in this game is to steal a draw out of it. But the satisfying aspects of the Scottish side, which certainly has been an improvement on their work in Belfast, not finally clinched by a flock of goals. They've only got the one. Thomas then for Wales. Phillips. Flynn. Nicholas on the right touchline. Yorath moving right, but the ball in for Rush. It's a good jump by Hegarty. An important one. Weir back facing his own goal. Munro helping him out. Giles' goal side of him, so Munro can't pass back to his goalkeeper. Phillips. It's just a sustained little bit of pressure then here for Wales as Giles tries to wriggle his way through, brought down by Munro. Free kick. anxious on his line, making sure that people are being picked up. Ball across to Nicholas. Now he's running up a blind alley there. 3 Scotsmen around him. One of them was Kenny Dalglish, who come back to behind the back 4 to help out. A strong feeling, a strong determination of Scotland to hang on to what they've got. Free kick. Challenged by Price on Jordan. Jordan moving forward as Gemmell bangs that ball into McLeish. And McLeish again for Jordan. There's an offside flag against Jordan, and some 31,000 fans here at Hampden voiced their anger at that particular moment. And here's Giles for Wales. Now Flynn. Thomas. Indeed for James. He's overrun that. But Jones is there. It's now Flynn. Yorath. There's an anxious look about the Scottish side at the moment. They had pulled some 6 players back into their box. Just 1-0 up. And the corner taken. Now it's Yorath. Chipped across, and that's a try from Paul Price. Really didn't have any steam on it. Rough going over to see if McLeish is all right. Stretches those long legs, 6 foot 1 inch of Alex McLeish. Fine young centre-back from Aberdeen. Weir on his way to Scotland. Strachan going far post, that's Jordan. It's a good try by Joe Jordan. He wasn't to know that Gordon Strachan was behind him. And had he left that ball, I'm sure it would have dropped for Strachan rather well. This was a good ball in from Weir. Now look at Strachan, the other side of Jordan. If that ball had dropped to him, it would have been a better chance. Leighton Phillips. And that ball drops off to Flynn. Did well, Giles. That was an important challenge that Willie Miller made then. Really had to make that one. Certainly an anxiousness growing in this Scottish side. 1-0 up. Less than 10 minutes to go. One error. They could blow it, I suppose. Jordan fouled then by Price. Play allowed to go on. Advantage given. It's Weir now for Scotland. Now McLeish. Dalglish. Monroe. Gemmell. Robbed by Nicholas. Nice firm back pass. Miller covering as Rush tries to get to this ball. And Miller deliberately holding Rush back. Free kick taken, and James kicks over for Wales. Going against Monroe. Wales have got 3 in the box, waiting for the chip in. One of them is Giles. Knocks it down for the shot from Flynn. And Gemmell tries to get Strachan moving. He's got pace too, that little Scot. Here's Hegarty. Scotland trying to catch the referee's attention, wanting to make a substitution. They've got Aitken out on the line. Could be that they're going to bring McLeish off, who is suffering with cramp. There's Jordan for Scotland. Oh, yes, clever stuff, and the chip. Strachan is there, though. Yorath, very cool. Strachan trying to set it up for Dalglish. That's Miller. Rush, Flynn, James. Mickey Thomas over the far side. James now goes on down the middle as Thomas attacks Scotland. Strachan with Gray in support. Here's James. Phillips setting it wide for Jones. Touch in and Rush trying to get there, and very nearly did. Willie Miller missed the challenge. And there are dramas going on in that Scotland box from time to time. Just 5 minutes to go, and still Scotland can't get their substitute on. It's Aitken, Roy Aitken, Celtic midfield player, as Weir goes down this left side. Scotland lining up as Weir really did well. Davis did even better. That was a tremendous run by Weir, but Guy Davis showed incredible courage. And it's Peter Weir who's coming off, in actual fact. Peter Weir comes away, and Aitken goes on. And Jock Stein would be, I suppose, thinking here that he will protect 1-0. So Scotland now have 2 up front, positively. They're filling up midfield with 4. Giles. Stanley McGrain. Long pass back to Ruff. Strachan forward. Jordan. Ball out. Well, a Welsh win, Scottish win here tonight. Scottish win here tonight puts things back into some sort of perspective. There's David Giles, though, and a try from Leighton James, but he was wide. Well, about 3 minutes to go. 1-0 Scotland. If it stays like this, Wales and Scotland could wind up with 4 points from the final of the competition, but the Irish could wind up with 5. England, the best they can get is 3. That's McLeish for Gemmell. McLeish again, he's limping. Dalglish. Jordan. It's Aitken on the far post. And Nicholas with the clearance. Miller, very fierce and positive header. Came off Price, that's a Scottish throw. Strachan. Strachan again. Strachan again with the shot. Well, little Gordon Strachan, his general play, looking very much as though he's played himself into a game on Saturday against Hampden. Close skills of this little man, and he's prepared to go at them, take them on, and fire the shots afterwards. He's been awfully close tonight. That one was a wee bit wide, but the effort was there. Fierce header for his Price out. Aitken for Strachan. Strachan again. Ball almost glued to his boots at times, and he's robbed this time by Rush, who gives the ball away. The loping legs of Alex McLeish is there. McGrain. Big long ball for Aitken to chase. The man with him is Nicholas. There's no foul, apparently. Just thought it might have been. Throw in for Danny McGrain. And Dalglish turning, but not getting through. Jones with the clearance. As far as McLeish. McGrain. In this last 60 seconds, Scotland suddenly firing away as though they are really looking for a second goal. Here's McGrain. Gemmell. Gemmell again, and Jones the clearance. But it's all drifting away from Wales now. And 1 goal by Willie Miller. Looks like being enough. But here comes Giles. It's too long. And Archie Gemmell didn't know what was happening behind him. Gives the corner. Corner quickly taken, short. Flynn now. And there's the final whistle from referee Hugh Wilson. And Willie Miller, goal scorer, captain of the champions of Scotland, Aberdeen. He's had a champion game here tonight in the Scottish side. 1-0. Still a few questions to be posed about the Scottish performance in the light of the match against England on Saturday, but they were just about good enough with that 1 goal to beat Wales here tonight. Final score then here at Hampden Park. Scotland 1, scored by Willie Miller, Wales 0.